Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. Hopefully it finds you all doing well. Today we're going to attempt something that we've never done on the channel before, and this is a very tall, almost an impossible task, right? Ranking the top 10 legendaries from 10 to 1 inside the entire game. These are the best champions inside the game, and it's so subjective, right? So it depends on what you're looking for from a champion. I'm sure your list will definitely not look the same as mine, but I thought it'd be fun to go ahead and do this. Of course, it depends on what champions you have, what needs you have, where you are in the game. There's so many, dynamics, and the beautiful thing about this game is that you don't need any of these champions to have a really, really amazing account.
I spy with my little eye someone who needs to shut the hell up.
Disclaimer out of the way, without further ado, here are my top 10 legendary champions, starting at number 10, and because I'm full of contradictions and caveats, we do have two ties to kick off this video, starting with number 10. So champion number 10, two-way tie between Lysandra, the queen of speed. She's got the speed aura, best in the game, 24, tied for best in the game, 24% in all battles, best speed aura in all battles in the game. She's very fast too, 110 speed, 21k on the HP. We got increased speed on all of our allies. We have filling turn meter by 30%, which is a ton, decreased by 30%, which is significant for the enemies. And then it still gets better, guys. We can fully deplete the target's turn meter on the A2 as well on a 3-turn cooldown. She is just instrumental for turn meter manipulation inside the game. I love me some Lysandra. Now, probably a more polarizing choice. I stand by it, guys. One thing about me, if I love a champion, even if you all make fun of me in the comments, I will always stand by it. And this one, I'm still holding strong on Tawana Rock. Tawana Rock tied at number 10 with Lysandra. She's amazing. I wish I had her. I don't. My number one most wanted champion. She really is. I love this champion. 106 speed, 21k, and 1200, almost 1300 defense. Really good base stats. Decreased speed on the A1, continuous heal as well. On the A2, decreased attack, block B buffs. Buffs, excuse me, for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown, okay? And then also applies a debuff spread, taking 2 random debuffs from the target, potentially decrease attack and block buffs, and spreading them to all enemies, okay? On a 3-turn cooldown, not bad. Also, she's got increased defense, the big version, increased speed, the big version. Ought to be, it's a void legendary after all, Ash. On a 3-turn cooldown, so increased defense, increased speed, 3-turn cooldown. Awesome. It gets even better, way better, because check out this a passive as well, guys. Removes 1 random debuff from all allies at the start of each turn. That is Doom Priest-esque, minus the heal, but removes 2 random debuffs instead from allies under continuous heal. Now, she has a continuous heal on her A1, but you can also pair her with a Reliquary Tender, a Battle Khazar, an Urogrim. There's a lot of continuous heal champions out there inside the game. So I love this champion. She comes in tied at number 10. It's going to be a lot of snubs, by the way. Obviously, it's an impossible task. I invite you guys to give me your top 10 list in the comments, and let's see all the champions that you snub out there, right? Tied at number 9. This is where things get obvious. Sildrex, my baby. Okay, you guys know I love Syl, and really, I just can't go with her. You guys know I love Tawana Rock. Wait, okay, yeah. Should I attack a Syl the Drake's team? Of course I'm gonna attack a Syl the Drake's team.
I don't deserve this. I really do not deserve this. I deserve somebody who gives a shit.
Syl the Drake's is my favorite champion in the game. She happens to be a free daily login reward, but that's not why she's my favorite. She's my favorite because she's a tremendous champion. Decreased speed on the A1, right? Turn meter as well. On the A2, not a guaranteed stun, but a very high likelihood of stunning. Times 2, 35% chance on each hit to stun the enemy team. Damage based off defense. She has a solid defense. She's easy to keep alive. And it's a good thing because she's also reviving with Ally Protect on a 4-turn cooldown. But it gets better. You guys already know Syl the Drakes, right? She got this great passive with a heal and increased speed on a random ally for 2 turns. This happens every turn. Heals all allies by 10% of their max HP. She's a great healer, a great reviver, a great debuffer for decreased speed, a little bit of turn meter, and of course the stun, man. Syl the Drakes is tremendous. There's a reason why she's my favorite champion in the game. Yeah, tied at number 9 is gonna be another free champion. Unbelievable, kinda, sorta. Drexstar Blood Twin, man. I know I'm going to take a lot of heat by not having like super pay to win. Oh, don't worry. There'll be plenty pay to win champions on this list. But I'm looking at this very simply, right? What champion can have the most dynamic and profound and versatile effect on your account? And Drexstar Blood Twin is like one of the best champions against it feels like every Doom Tower boss in the game. So yeah, sure, he's a farmable champion from the gold bars and tag team arena in the bazaar. But man, just because of this passive, guys, he is, you know, all the best teams in the world use Drexstar against like half of the Doom Tower bosses, if not more. So I had to put him on the list, man. He's forcing my hand. Same thing with the next champion, foreshadowing here. So Drexstar Blood Twin tied at number 9 with Soul of the Drakes, has an HP burn debuff, 55, but you can book that up to 75% chance of HP burn for 2 turns on the attacker when he's hit. He's the best HP burn kind of lander because of this passive in the game. Drexstar Blood Twin. Coming in at number 8, continuing with the theme of free champions. And then we'll move away from the freebies. It's gonna be Ninja, man. Same thing with Drexstar Blood Twin, guys. Same thing with Drexstar Blood Twin and Ninja. Dude, this guy is on all the best teams against almost all the bosses in the game. This dude is one of the best boss killers in the game. The amount of damage that Ninja can put out, let alone an AoE freeze, dependable 4-turn freeze, thank you very much. But check this out. I mean, against waves, against bosses, you're just going to be doing more damage, right? Or ignore defense, essentially, and decrease the cooldown of the A2, which does a tremendous amount of damage, man. This A2, when used against bosses, will instantly activate any and all HP burn debuffs, including HP burns placed by this skill. It's insane damage off of this A2, man. You gotta end this escalation as a really cool passive as well, but this guy's like an absolute behemoth when it comes to overall DPS against bosses. You can't find a better boss DPS in the game than Ninja. Again, that's why he's used against, you know, a bunch of the Doom Tower bosses. All right, number 7 is gonna be a dwarf. The only other champion I don't have on the list is gonna be Under Priest Brogni, and boy, am I kicking myself in my ash. Got dad jokes here on the channel for not doing this fusion, man. He is a beast. 23k HP, 1200 defense, 100 speed, has HP burn on the A1, an AoE attack with removing a buff on a 3-turn cooldown on the A2, excuse me. Also increases the value of shields. Why not? Removing debuffs. Why not? We have this A3, 3-turn cooldown, block debuffs, increase attack for 2 turns, and then a shield that cannot be removed. Oh my gosh, man. Whenever an ally under a shield is attacked, reflects 25% of the damage inflicted back to the attacker. Also heals that ally. Yeah, Brogni, man. I don't regret putting him on the list at number 7 because he is just one of the best support champions inside the entire game. Boy, am I kicking myself. I'm kicking myself for not going after Brogni. All right, Demon Spawn it is. We're moving on champion number 6 here, and it's Prince Kymar. Now, Prince Kymar has always been good, right? This ability right here, Seal of Magic, is just the antithesis of the best reset cooldown abilities in the game. Resets all the cooldowns of all ally skills, fills the turn meter of all allies, except this jam by 20%, so we get that turn meter fill, and we reset the cooldowns. Awesome synergy you can have in pretty much every dungeon against any boss with that constant reset of ally skills. Sure, it's on a 6-turn cooldown, but it ought to be. It's an insane ability. It's good for speed farming as well with champions like Seer. Now, this Abyssal Gaze, man, this is so strong for the arena, right? An AoE attack removes all buffs, places a sleep. It allows the other team not to cut you in line. It allows you to build a slow nuker that goes after Kymar, or a single target damage dealer that kind of pops them off one at a time. So Abyssal Gaze is removing all their buffs, removing all those shields, unless it's a Brogni shield, right? A1, an AoE attack with poisons. So an AoE attack with a strong version of poison, it's a great way to kind of finish off what is an exceptional kit overall. All right, number 5, we're moving into the top 5 here, guys. Number 5 is Valkyrie. 5 best champions in the game. This is tough, man. This is tough. I guarantee whoever you're thinking in your head right now, you know, I snubbed somebody because this is so tough, man. This is so tough, but I love it. I love doing videos like this. Valkyrie, I stand by this one, certainly, right? Almost 1600 defense, 104 speed, a shield and counterattack. The cool thing about Valkyrie's shield is not only is it one of the best, if not the best shield inside the entire game, is proportional to her defense, but also it's a 3-turn cooldown and the shield lasts for 3 turns. There's only 3 champions that have a shield that lasts the entire duration of the cooldown in the game. There's Lodric Falconheart, Metal Shaper, and Valkyrie. That's it, unless I'm forgetting somebody. I think that's it. She also has turn meter decrease, cool in the A1, but really this Jealousy is super annoying as well for the arena. It's very effective if you're playing her in the arena. This champion's turn meter will be increased by 10% each time an enemy places a buff. Oof. Enemy champions will have their turn meters decreased by 10%. Man, that's really foiled my my day in the arena. Just cutting in line with Valkyrie. She's amazing. The shield, the counterattack, 3-turn cooldown, and the Jealousy passive, and just like an insane amount of defense on this champion. Valkyrie is one of the best. All right, number 4 in the game. Going back over to Demon Spawn, guys, it's Duchess. Duchess Lilitu. Is that how you say her last name? Some of you keen observers, aka probably nobody, has noticed that I've always avoided her last name because I just knew I was probably going to butcher it in some way here on the channel, right? Just like I do everybody else's name. But Duchess is number 4. She's tremendous. Let's start with her passive here, guys. Actually, start with her stats. 22k HP, 1288 defense, 103 speed. Thank you very much. Passive, Ethereal Ways. Decrease the damage all allies receive from AoE attacks by 25%. That's like a built-in strengthen buff all the time, and it stacks with strengthen. That's incredible. People, I feel like, kind of overlook her passive, even though that's one of the most dynamic and exceptional parts overall of her kit, right? 15% from bosses, but still amazing for the arena, for bosses, for anywhere, right? Her A3 is a 4-turn revival. They were going to actually nerf it down to 5 turns, and at the last second, they decided not to. No idea why they decided not to, but I'm happy they didn't because I love my Duchess, right? We have a revives all dead allies. AoE revival on a 4-turn cooldown with 70% HP. Yeah, sign me up for that. A Wail on all allies except this champion. Continuous heal for 2 turns as well. All allies. Amazing. Her A2. Increase attack, block debuffs, 2 turns, perfect Wail on all allies. We know the Shroud of Souls ability because we go against it all the time in the arena. Swift Parry is a player favorite artifact set for their Duchesses. And she also has a handy shield on her A1 as well on this champion, on the champion with or the ally with the lowest max HP, or the lowest HP. God. Tough to get through that ability. Jeez. Moving into number 3, guys. Number 3 on our list, Undead Horde. It is. Some people might have her number 1. All apologies to Necret. I'm looking at all these Mashald, all these champions that are not on my list. Battle Khazar. All right, it's Siphi. Some people might consider her the best champion in the game. For me, it's really a toss-up, but I like the two above her just very, very, very slightly more. Mainly after the nerf, right? Before the nerf to Siphi, when this was a 5-turn cooldown booked down to 3, Siphi was my number 1 champion. But she's still my number 3 champion. She's still amazing. I'm gonna knock her down just 1 little peg, or 2 little pegs here. So let's start with the A2. Her A1 does some healing, does some sleep, guaranteed, can't be resisted, amazing. A2, block debuffs for 2 turns, increase defense for 2 turns, turn meter fill by 10%, and increase speed. What? That's a lot to have on one ability on a 4-turn cooldown, unfortunately. The revival, though, one of the best single target revivals in the game. We have a full turn meter, 55% HP, increase attack, and increase crit rate on a 4-turn cooldown. So yeah, Siphi is really good. Heals each ally by 10% of their max HP at the start of their turn, has a 50% chance when booked of removing freeze and fear debuffs from each ally at the start of their turn as well. A great passive, another healing by 10%, passive a la Silver. Very fast too. She's the 2nd fastest champion in the game at 114 speed. Great base stats across the board and has resist in all battles by 80. I think that's the 2nd best resist in all battles in the game, behind Razin Scarhide. I could be wrong there. But Siphi, she's incredible. One of the best support champions inside the entire game. Number 2. 2 champions left. Any guesses, guys? Number 2 is going to be Lydia. Lydia, the Death Siren. Man, I was talking about her the other day in the video that I did talking about my favorite champion in every single faction, in every single rarity. I'll link that for you guys in the show notes below. I really just reminded myself how amazing Lydia is. Now, she is the faction wars champion. You can't pull her from a shard, but you know, you can't pull Ninja either. I didn't include some of the Doom Tower bosses, or excuse me, champions that we haven't been able to unlock yet. I like to actually play these champions before I put them on a ranking. Anyway, with all that said, She's got a long A1 that you guys can read and pause if you're interested. Basically, it will auto attack. Well, we have a 75, make it 100% chance of placing a fear, right? Which is great. Increasing the duration of poison sensitivity. And she'll auto attack every time one of your allies receive a free stun, fear, true fear with that A1. Really cool A1. On the A2 though, this is just incredible. AoE attack, 3-turn cooldown. We got decreased defense and weaken. The best kind of damage dealing, or the damage debuffs, I should say, in the game. And then we have strengthen and increased speed on all allies. So we have two of the most essential buffs, strengthen and increased speed, and the two most essential debuffs, decreased defense and weaken. Man, all we're missing is a decreased attack, and then she's the most OP champion ever in the history of the game. She's already very close, right? She has this poison sensitivity, block buffs, and block active skills on a 3-turn cooldown on her A3. Nice to just absolutely nullify, as the term, dictates, any opponent in the battle. And then this passive, man, it's insane, right? You deny revivals. Not only are you denying the enemy's revivals, but you're also reviving your own team instead. If she's dead, she'll revive herself, and it ignores block revive. What? Yeah, that's pretty insane. The best resist in arena battles by 100 as well. Yeah, Lydia's my number 2, man. She is incredible. Number 1 champion in the game. Who's it gonna be, guys? All right. After the buff, it's Pixiel. Pixiel is the number... No, I'm joking.
It's not fair. It's not fair that, like, this is even...
Actually, the buffs at the time of this recording, the most recent balance changes have not gone into effect, so maybe Tomb Lord would, belong on the list somewhere. However, I'm not including him because I want to try him out again. Arbiter, I'm seeing all these amazing champions that I left off. Ethos, I love you. Arbiter, I love you. But it's actually, yeah, that's right. It's Krisk, right? Krisk the Ageless. Did I get any of you guys with a Pixiel?
You had me at hello.
Probably not. Krisk is just unbelievable. The impact that he had on my account after I pulled him, it's just like, it's like a cheat. Like, he's the one champion out of everybody. Lydia was close for me. But when I got Krisk, and it wasn't super early on, I was already in the end game. When I got Krisk, it was just like, oh, wow. Oh, this doesn't feel right. This feels unfair, man. This guy is just insane. And AoE on the A1 would decrease speed. Okay. That's good. His A2 though, this is just an ability. This is an ability. This is an ability that you take home to mom, man. This is an ability.
I'm an adult man.
Attacks all enemies. Again, another AoE attack. And he can deal a decent amount of damage as well. He's not like a nuker, but it adds up to AoE attacks, right? Ally Protect on all allies except this champion for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. So an Ally Protect on a very 15-20 base defense. What? Almost 20k HP. So a very robust ally attack that he's bringing to the table. One of the best ally attack champions, if not the best for clan boss specifically, but he can help you out everywhere. Places 2 continuous heal buffs on himself, able to heal himself back up to full because of all that damage he's taking, and then increases the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn. You put him on a clan boss team, and you put him with, Martyr, somebody, Skull Crown, whatever, Skull Crusher, excuse me. You're going to increase the duration of the increased defenses, increase the duration of ally protects, increase the duration of counterattack, shields, everything. You're increasing the duration of by 1 turn on 3-turn cooldown, but it gets better. Invincible Shield, another 3-turn cooldown, AoE not damage, but AoE provoke. So now he's provoking the entire enemy team, thank you. And he also has increased defense on himself for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown, and then increased speed on all allies except himself on a 3-turn cooldown. So now he has increased speed, he's got provoke, he's got ally protect, he's got continuous heal, he's got increased duration of buffs, he's got an AoE attack, he's got decreased speed, he's got another AoE attack, oh my god.
No, if you don't breathe, you'll die.
But it gets better. Might of the Ages. I'm gonna stop fawning after Krisk. Sorry, guys. The video's almost over. Hang in there, guys. At the start of each round, so before anybody goes in the arena, for example, or before anybody goes in any round, he places a shield that stacks with shield artifact sets. You can have the double shields if you have Krisk on your team. If Krisk is in a shield set, he's applying 2 shields at the start of every turn. 1 from his artifact set and 1 from this passive. At the start of each round, places a shield, a beefy shield at that. 50% of his max HP shield at the start of every round. What? Also has a 100% chance of placing a decreased defense and a decreased attack on the attacker for 1 turn when he's hit. And he's hit a lot because he's got the AoE provoke. Oh my God, Krisk. Yeah, I think that Krisk the Ageless is the best champion in the game. Guys, let me know all the champions I snubbed. Tell me how insane, how crazy, how stupid I am in the comments below. And in all sincerity, guys, thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. I hope you enjoyed the video. What a list of champions, huh? Start out with all these champions and you're looking A-okay. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. And as always, take care, guys.